Hello, this is Kimberly Curtis, and today I'm going to show you my dynamic project for my video. So this is my project that I've been working on. It's a recipe keeper for people who want to keep their recipes online instead of using cards or books. So here's the home page that you go to. So it just says welcome, a little welcome message. And here is where you can store your recipes. So it's not that elaborate or complicated. You have your menus here, and you click on your menus and they will show you your recipes, which are right here. So I have like meal or entree, side, dessert, soups, and if you want to get more or add more menus or columns or categories, you just click over here to add menu item, and you can add a menu name. So let's say you want one for salad. So you just put salads, add, and voila, there you go. But let's say you don't want salads after all. You just delete it and it goes away. And then you click this button to go back to recipes. And so for your recipes themselves, you have the option to delete one or to edit them. So you can delete the spaghetti recipe or edit the cake recipe. So let's say you don't really want it for cake. You want it for, I don't know, roast beef. Just write roast beef. The ingredients like roast beef. I don't know what goes into roast beef actually, but just roast whatever ingredients you want to put, and then the instructions for how to make a roast beef. So, cook it, and then you save changes, and it becomes roast beef. Or you can delete it if you want, whatever you want to do. Also, when you edit, you can edit and make it into a side, a dessert, or a soup. And so you want to add a recipe. Again, you can add a recipe on any of the items, any of the menus. So let's say I want to add a side. So green beans. Ingredients, green beans, and instructions. And then you add a recipe. And it goes to the side. So that's pretty much the gist of my recipe keeper. It's pretty simple, not too overly complicated. Yeah. So let's go to my databases, or my NetBeans, and I'll show you all my code for it. So here's my final for the dynamic project. And right now, okay, so here's the CSS I used. Here's the index, and as you can see, we have our header and our footer, which are in the view panel right here. So we have an errors, which contains the database errors, and then a main recipes folder, which contains our controller, and also, our views for the edit form, the add form, our main recipe page, and our category list, where you can or delete or add a category. And then our models, which contains all the databases. And again, the view, which contains the footer, header, category, navigation. So here's the index page for the welcome page, not too fancy. Here's my controller. Here's everything, where everything goes down, the middleman, as I like to call it, where it communicates from the database to our main pages, our main views. So here's my recipe page. It works similar to the page on Enhancement 5. Same with the add, and same with the edit, and same with the category list. It's not too complicated. And then here is my database. So as you see, I have my PDO for the the database, the username, the password, and an options view. And then my category database, which you can has my CRUD example. So I have my select, my insert, and a delete just for the category. And for the recipe database, I have the edit or update information here. But I also have the insert, delete, select statements also. And then you can just see my category navigation for my categories, which lets me get these guys to connect with these guys. And then my footer and my header. And that's pretty much just the code for my dynamic project. It's not too complicated, pretty easy to follow, not too bad. And here is my actual database that I've created in PHP-MyAdmin. So here's my category table. All of that in there and the structure for it. And then my recipes table. The structure for that. So yeah, it's pretty simple, not too complicated. It gives me my categories or menu items, and it gives you my recipes right here. I wanted to include pictures on there, but I didn't have time to figure out that code yet. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to figure out to put pictures on there and to make this more flow better, I guess I would say. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This class has definitely been a challenging class, but I'm glad to know what I know now about PHP, and I've learned a lot, and now I can implement what I know in my professional career. Yep, thanks.